As a major storm moves through our area, residents in one major landslide area are fearing for their safety. We'll have that full report coming out from San Pedro.
And forget a comfy bed and a good night's sleep.
Christina Pascucci joins us live from San Pedro with the latest. Christina, what are they doing to prepare for the rain this weekend?
Good morning, Jessica. Well, there's not really much they can do short term. The rain is already on its way. You see the area is fenced off. It's been that way since the major landslide, which occurred in October and November. Now, this major storm, though, it has renewed fear for residents. They're wondering how stable really is this 100-foot cliff, which is just a stone's throw away from some of their homes. That was one of many topics discussed at a public meeting last night. Engineers do say it's stable for now, but they also say they can't predict what's going to happen in the future. And as you might imagine, that's pretty unsettling for some residents.
It's a fenced-off area. It's important that folks remain out of the area, specifically there in the landslide area. The last thing we want is any injuries or deaths.
Do we try to resurrect the road? Do we build a bridge? Do we just leave things? What happens from here on?
Now, you heard some of the options for what they can do here. This was a major artery into this neighborhood just suddenly cut off. So they say building a bridge might be too expensive. Building the road through the nature preserve might cause a little problem with some environmentalists. So the best option seems, which residents seem to agree upon, is creating a cul-de-sac on either side of where the landslide happened. Time will tell. The report is due out early April. But as far as what's going to happen this weekend, we will just have to wait and see. Reporting live in San Pedro, Christina Pascucci, KTLA 5 News. I'm Christina Pascucci in San Pedro. As it's already starting to sprinkle, residents here wondering, is this landslide area safe? We're going to have a full report for you and tell you what happened in last night's meeting. That's all coming up.
Christina Pascucci joins us live from San Pedro with the very latest. Good morning, Christina.
Good morning, Chris. And Mark mentioned earlier there's already a lot of moisture along the coastlines, and that's what we're seeing here already. Some droplets this morning, and that is what is concerning residents. They are worried that maybe more of this moisture is going to add to the problem that you see behind me. This crumbling cliff, you can see how close the homes are to the actual cliff, and they're wondering, should they be concerned?
California's always moving, and so this is just part of the movement.
From above, you can see just how destructive that movement was when an entire chunk of highway fell 100 feet below into the sea. That was during stormy weather last November, and with this weekend's big storm ahead, residents fear the cliff could continue to crumble.
It's crazy. It's scary.
That concerns what brought the neighborhood together in a meeting last night. Officials say they will be taking precautions as the storm rolls in.
It still is unstable, yes. So that's why we're closing off the area, especially the walking trail. And then after it rains, we can go out and inspect it to see what has happened.
Safety has been on the forefront of residents' minds.
I think really the safety, I think we feel like we're going to be okay. It seems to be isolated, but still that's always in the back of people's minds.
But another big question at last night's meeting, what action will they take next?
Do we try to resurrect the road? Do we build a bridge? Do we just leave things? What happens from here on?
And also discuss those possible causes of this initial landslide. We're hearing beach corrosion may have been to blame. And if that is the case, they will be able to get federal money to help aid the state and local agencies that will have to foot the bill and help clean up all this mess. But that really remains to be seen in a report that will come out next month. And keep it here on KTLA for the latest. Reporting live in San Pedro, Christina Pascucci, KTLA 5 News.
Christina, thanks.
As the rain starts to drizzle down ahead of this weekend's big storm, residents are concerned about this cliff behind me, a major landslide area here in San Pedro. I'm Christina Pascucci. We'll have that full report for you coming up in just a few minutes.
Well, we've been talking about it all morning. This weekend's rain could mean some big problems for an already crumbling cliff in San Pedro. Officials fear it could cause more of that hillside just to slip away. KTLA's Christina Pascucci joins us now live from San Pedro with the very latest. Good morning.
Good morning to you guys. It's good to see you here. Now, this major storm coming through, it has renewed fear for residents. They already saw this cliff crumble, a main artery here in town, crumble to the ground not too long ago. And now they're saying this first major storm, they're afraid they're going to see the same thing happen all over again. This 100-foot cliff, which is just really a stone's throw away from some of these homes here. And that was many topics discussed at last night's meeting, was the safety for residents. Now, engineers are saying that There are some options that they discussed at last night's meeting as well for what to do exactly with this gaping hole that they have right here smack middle in their neighborhood. First off, they're saying they could build a bridge over that road, or what was formerly the road. Also, they could possibly go through this nature preserve right over to my left and put a road through there, but environmentalists might not like that. The bridge might be too costly, so most likely the scenario will be that they'll just have a cul-de-sac here on either end of where the road actually collapsed. But that will be seen, or has yet to be seen. We'll have a report coming out beginning of April, and we'll have more and know more about the situation at that time. Reporting live in San Pedro, Christina Pascucci, KTLA 5 News. As a big storm heads through the Southland, a crumbling cliff leaves residents on edge. I'm Christina Pascucci in San Pedro. We'll have that full report for you coming up in just a few minutes.
Christina Pascucci joins us live from San Pedro with the latest. Christina.
Good morning, Chris. And yes, that is a big question. It's already drizzling here right now as we speak. The ground is wet and it's muddy, and it's just going to get worse as the weekend goes on. So residents who are pretty close, if you can see over my shoulder here, to where this cliff started to crumble, they're wondering, what does this weekend have in store for them? Also discussed at last night's meeting, possible causes for this massive landslide. They're learning possibly beach corrosion may have been to blame. If that's the case, they would be able to get federal dollars to help aid the state and local governments pay for this entire mess, to clean it up or rebuild the bridge. Going to be costly in any case, but we will wait to see what happens when a report comes out next month, an official report. Reporting live in San Pedro, I'm Christina Pascucci, KTLA 5 News.
Christina, thank you.